Welcome back, everyone, to the Geeks, Geezers, and Googleization Show, the home of Googleization Nation, where we talk with HR and business thought leaders about the crazy shift going on in the world of business, technology, and HR. Here's your host, Ira Wolfe, and co-host, Joyce Joya.
Hey, welcome back, everyone, to Geeks, Geezers, and Googleization. Thank you for being part of Googleization Nation. If you're not a subscriber to Googleization Nation, please do so. We are going to have our second guest, Al Wynant. You just saw the commercial, hopefully, for Ingomu. He is the co-founder of that. And Joyce introduced Ingomu to our Googleization Nation and to our audience. But we're going to hear directly from Al. Hopefully Al is available. And there is Al.
There he is.
Yeah, Al told me right before the show he was getting his makeup and hair done. So, you're looking great, Al.
Thank you.
and thank you so much. I'm excited to learn a little bit more about what you do as well. I mean, I know the basics of it, and but it's exciting, and it was a great fit to what Marjorie was talking about, because mentoring and helping others is so much a value part. So I'm going to allow Joyce to take it from here, and we're going to learn a little bit about Ingomu.
So Al, first tell us a little bit about the new Ingomu app.
First of all, thank you for having me here today, and it's good to see you both. So the app, we are a brand new app that's launching this month, and it's our mission really to uplift humankind by making a positive difference in the lives of many. That's our company statement. And we really do this by connecting personal development, health and wellness, and career development coaches through our learners, which are subscribers in the app. And we do that via live virtual sessions, one-on-one sessions, and small group coaching through the app. And we have a really holistic approach to coaching, because usually you need something, you're trying to work on an issue, and it requires more than one coach or more than one resource to solve that issue. So we allow the people, our subscribers, to connect with 90 plus coaches to work on the issues they are working on, and they can do this anytime, anywhere, from their app. So we're very excited about the upcoming launch, obviously.
Actually, from their cell phone or tablet, right?
Correct. It's an app it's a smartphone or tablet app. Yeah.
Right. So what are the benefits for HR directors, Al? And then you can talk about individual employees.
Sure. I think from the HR director and the program development professionals, there's a lot of issues that they deal with. So when it comes to training and development, there's a big cost associated with that, but also the time and scheduling and planning that, finding the right time for employees to come together. And especially now when everyone's working from home in different time zones, different countries, sometimes there's a lack of interest from the employees they have to deal with. There's generational cultural differences people have to deal with. And I think also when a company works on professional development, it's really much more career focused and doesn't look sometimes at the big picture around health and wellness and personal development. And we know that there have been many studies that have shown if you coach, if you provide those tools to your employees, it has a significant positive impact on retention, avoiding burnout, and all that kind of stuff. And so the app here opens a world of opportunity for both the employer and the employee. That was a mouthful. So in this particular case, the employer now they can offer a resource to the team and the department or the whole company that really deals with career development, but also personal development and health and wellness as part of that. And our coaches do that through live virtual sessions, so employees can participate live in this and actually be coached. It's not a course, it's not some PowerPoint that people are speaking. So it's actually a coaching opportunity. And then there's also an opportunity for the learners to work one-on-one. So if there's an issue they need to work on, that's a little bit more personal potentially. They can do one-on-ones. And then we also have an opportunity for companies to come together and say, these are great coaches. Can we build a program with that as well? So it's just a really fantastic opportunity to have access to 90 really experienced coaches from the corporate perspective. And what that really means in the big scheme of things, it's rather than building that personal development, a professional development thing out in a company. Now you have that whole that access available to all those coaches. And if one learner or subscriber or employee may want to learn about, they don't want to be more successful, so they want to learn about sales and about speaking and building effective teams or emotional intelligence and all those different things. But then other people may have other items they want to add to that. That's more personal. That's more health and wellness related. So we feel that holistic approach really benefits the team's overall productivity, retention, and so on. So
that sounds like a tremendous range of different skills and abilities that your coaches have. And I know that you call them learning communities, right?
We do.
It's interesting. It's an interesting way of thinking about people being in collaboration and partnership. Share with us a few of the different learning communities and coaches that you're most interested to see how things will evolve.
So I thought about this really in kind of a, as I've been speaking with people, rather than not favor any of the coaches in the big scheme of things. But for example, we see this a lot with people around professional development. They come in and they say, we want to be more successful. And I want to have a promotion. I want to be better in my job. What does that really mean? For one learner, that may mean that they really need to work on pitching, on public speaking, on telling their story. But for another one, that may mean, great, you have all these capabilities, but I am overworked. I can't manage my schedule. I'm totally stressed, and so on. So there's all these different combinations you can do. So, for example, we have Brian Q. Davis, and he coaches on sales in his warrior selling community. And then I'm excited about Robert Mack, which we've just brought on. He's an Ivy League educated positive psychology expert, celebrity happiness coach, and he coaches on executive presence, which is amazing. And then we have Amanda Franconzani, who is actually based in Switzerland, and she's a senior executive with 30 or so years experience and has worked with MTV, Pirelli, Prada. So she brings that experience to our learners. Yeah, I can go on forever. Honestly.
Sounds like you have a lot of diversity among your coaches. How important is diversity to your
I think Joyce, I can't hear you, but I think I know what to. Yeah, and it's interesting listening a little bit to your previous guest. I mean, diversity is really important to us, and so first, I'm really excited about the caliber of the coaches we bring, and it's important for us that our coaches reflect what the world looks like out there, and our coaches should reflect that reality as part of that. And we also believe that we should celebrate diversity and use our voice really to help with that, again, with that uplifting humankind by making a positive difference in many. But what that really means for us at the company, we interpret diversity very broadly, and it means every color, ability, background, orientation, gender identity. And so that's how we look at diversity. And we feel that if we commit to that genuinely, not as a marketing ploy, but that's really what we are committing to genuinely, that the people out there, the learners that are looking to be coached, and we'll find coaches who speak their language, understand their life. And so it opens up an opportunity to have a broader group of learners come into the group as well. So we feel we can serve more people doing it that way. And, if I could share some numbers, which I'm actually very proud of, so I always want to throw those out. I mean, 44% of our coaches identify as African American or Black, Latino, or Hispanic, Asian, or two or more identities or ethnicities. 79% of our coaches are women. 6% of our coaches identify as disabled, and 15% of our coaches identify as GLBTQ. I mean, and those I believe are a great reflection of what the world looks like out there. So. And we have coaches in 10 countries. They do all their sessions in English, but we can do 9 more languages as well. So it's really a fabulous group of human beings who have placed their trust in us, and then obviously the learners will place their trust in them as well.
That's very cool, because if HR directors have offices or plants in other countries, they could certainly use your bilingual coaches your
Right.
other speaking coaches in that way.
That's
What
true.
is the official launch date of the app?
The app is rolling out later this month, and I'm not going to put a specific date on it yet, but that's later this month, because you always have to wait for a couple of people who have to give their approval at the end, but we are rolling out at the end of the month with content, pre-recorded sessions, and then daily live sessions as well. The app is launching first on Android, and then in the second quarter we'll also roll out on iOS, which is Apple, the iPhones and so on, and that will happen then. But we will be running this month.
So how many people learn more about you
Great
and
question.
Ingomu?
Sure, great question. So you can visit our website, ingomu.com, and that's I, N from Nancy, G from Green, OMU.com, or you can email me at al@ingomu.com as well.
Wow. Ira, you're muted. One more quick question, and that is that I think that you're running something called Be More Days every now and then. Yes. So tell us about that.
On a quarterly basis, we run a virtual Be More Days conference, and we just had one, which was based on health and wellness. And so you can we hold those live events, and they're amazing conferences where people come in and learn and meet our coaches and so on, and they're free. So if you're still interested in seeing the last one, it's available on demand. You can go to bemoredays.com altogether, and you can sign up there. It's free, and then you have access to all of the recorded sessions and the coaches and the discussions that are happening there. So that's at bemoredays.com, and we'll have our next one on May 21st. And we really will be looking at how to come out of COVID, and on so many different levels, personal, companies, and so on. How do we do that best? So that's on May 21st.
Al, I have one other question before we let you go, because we're almost at the end. As an individual, I can, when the app's out, I can just, although I have an Apple, so I gotta wait. I can go up to the site and select a coach, so I can get an individual subscription.
No, actually, that's a really good question, Ira. So there is a monthly or annual subscription for the app, and you as an individual, you can set your goals. Is it personal development, career development, and so on? Well, you have access to all 90 plus coaches. You can save some that you potentially more frequently watch or participate in, but you have access in essence, for less than $1 a day, access to 90 some coaches. You can watch all their learning communities. If you cannot participate live in one of those, you can also watch that later on demand as part of it. So yes, you don't have to select one or two coaches. You have access to the whole platform.
And now I'm going to put my CEO hat on and say, I've got 100 employees. How can I utilize this? So you have corporate packages to be able to provide that?
Yep, we do. We have corporate packages and pricing associated with that, and we work with the sales team who focuses on that. So if anybody is interested, I'd be happy to connect you. And we can do annual, we can do monthly subscriptions for corporate as well. So even if you, as a corporation, if you want to come in and there's a specific thing you want to do, or you want to put a group of coaches together, have a specific program for what you do, and you still have access to all 90 coaches, but we can also tailor, if there's a specific personal development, professional development thing you want to do, and you want to utilize, some of those coaches, we can create small group coaching for that as well. So
thanks very much, Al. Again, I'm gonna share the same message I shared with Marjorie. Thank you for what you're doing. And an extra thanks for being a sponsor of Geeks, Geezers, and Googlization. So we're going to be hearing a lot more. We'll be excited to get you back and hear about the progress. One is when you go live, and also when you get onto Apple.
That will be coming soon. I thank you. I love what you do. I appreciate you inviting us in and having me here today. Thank you very much.